Introduction to Counseling are thrilled to give you an insightful glimpse into the world of senior high school settings. As part of our course curriculum, we have been exploring the vital role of guidance counseling in educational settings. Today, we have the privilege of conducting an interview to delve deeper into the insights and experiences of senior high school guidance counselor. Through our conversations, we hope to shed light on the vital role that guidance counselors play in supporting students' academic, social, and emotional growth. Join us as we delve into the minds of these compassionate individuals who work tirelessly to empower and uplift the next generation. Without further ado, let's dive into an interview and discover the invaluable insights shared by Ms. Pumatong. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the journey with us.
So, good morning, ma'am. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us about your obtained PRC licenses?
Okay, so good morning. I am Miss Evan May Pumatong. Right now, I am the guidance counselor of senior high school in Holy Name University. And as of now, I am still taking my master's in education, major in guidance and counseling.
Okay, thank you for that, Ms. Pamatang. Can you describe your experience and background in counseling, specifically within the senior high school setting?
Background in counseling.
Yes.
Can you elaborate the question?
Basically, we would like you to share about what is your role in the field of counseling in senior high school.
Okay, I see. So for the counseling, we do have individual counseling. So it's either walk-in or scheduled counseling. So we have the individual slip so that we can call the student if it is referred by the teacher or by the parents student. And we also have walk-in counseling. So if ever the students have concerns or problems, then they can just walk in and set a schedule, and we'll set a schedule for them to be able to have the counseling session within the day as much as possible.
Can you please elaborate about the guidance services offered in senior high school?
For the guidance services offered, we have different programs. For example, we have the mental health program, career week program, and for the failing students with failing grades, we also have motivational support program, and we also do counseling services, the individual, group counseling, and we also have the consultation. So for the consultation, it's just like the student will just ask his or her concern, then it wouldn't take long time. And also we have referral if the teacher will refer the students if the teacher notices that the students has problems or concerns, or like they do have absences or failing grades, then they will refer the student here in the guidance counseling office. And what else? If we do counsel students and we assess that the student needs help or professional help that we cannot provide as a guidance counselor because we do have limitations, then we will refer the student to the psychologist or psychiatrist.
As you mentioned, ma'am, there are many guidance services offered in senior high school. What are the most availed guidance services in senior high school?
Okay, so for the most availed services here, we have the consultation and counseling services, and also the home visitation. So for the home visitation, for example, if the student is not like attending to classes, and we don't know if it is the student's personal problem. Is it because of the student's personal problem, or is it at home? So we need to do home visitation for us to assess what is going on their home at their homes.
Now that you mentioned about the student problems, can you tell us what are the common problems of the students in senior high school?
Okay. So most common problems for senior high school students, they are most likely experiencing anxiety, especially most of them are diagnosed with anxiety or depression, but they do feel like anxious, like they don't want to go to class because they're feeling anxious, because yeah, there are factors that are leading them to feel anxious, like for example they're not prepared to go or to attend classes because they didn't work on their assignments or whatever. So they're feeling anxious, so they'll stay here at the office for them to be able to prepare for the next class. And then aside from that, yeah, anxiety, depression, what else? It's just like they're not yet emotionally ready, or like they're having hard time to regulate their emotions, so they're most likely overwhelmed about the situations, the adjustments being in senior high school, especially senior high school program is just new, right? So supposedly they should be in the college level, and they're also adjusting in their maturity level as well as their personality.
So, how do you address these needs of students, including those with special education requirements or behavioral challenges?
Behavioral challenges. So it depends on how we assess the students. So yes, what I mentioned earlier, if we assess that the students needs professional help, then we'll refer them to the psychologist or psychiatrist. But if we assess that the students is capable, or like the parents and the school as well is still capable to do or to help the student to to understand himself, to achieve, or like to at least know or have a solution to the problems that the student is facing, then we can have that.
Are are there any guidance activities given to the students?
Guidance activities.
Yes.
For the senior high school or IBED, we do have the homeroom guidance program. So it is mandated by the DepEd that for the senior high school or the IBED department to have that homeroom module. So they are allotted, or they are given 1 hour every Thursday for that activity. So it is more likely like activities na it has directions and it has like processes and for them to be able to know themselves better.
So, in what ways do you promote mental health and well being among students?
For the mental health, aside from the mental health week or month, so that's around, if I'm not mistaken, it's around October. For the mental health, we do have programs or seminars regarding that, and also we celebrate it for the whole week. So the students are free to come and visit, and we also have our peer facilitators, students here who volunteer to be member of the club, for them to be able to also help students outside, like for example they notice that their classmate or schoolmate is having concerns or problems, then if that student will share his or her experiences or problems to them, then they can refer it to me for counseling sessions.
How do you handle confidentiality and privacy concerns when working with students?
When working with students, yeah, I will mention it, especially on the counseling session. So I will first mention it about the confidentiality. So we have three things that we need to consider for us to keep the confidentiality, or give the information to someone higher. If for example the student will, first thing is, if the student will talk about that he is already harming himself, or the student is already harming himself or other people. And third, if the law needs the information, so we can breach the confidentiality if one of these three things are mentioned in the counseling session.
So, for the next question, what do you see as the most significant challenges facing senior high school students today, and how do you address them in your role as a guidance counselor?
I think the most challenging, right?
Yes.
Challenging
What is the most significant challenges?
challenges, significant.
Yes.
Based on my counseling session, I think it is most likely about their career choices. So for that one, we still have we are still undergoing processes for PASCO. So PASCO will evaluate the processes that we are having here for the senior high school. So right now we are working on giving tests or administering tests before the student will enroll here in senior high school, so that they will know for that test, the purpose of the test, they will know what are the strands that are fit for them, so that they will have options ba? Not just like their mother or their parents will choose the strand. So even if the student doesn't know what are under those strands. Yeah.
So, for the last question, ma'am, which counseling theory or approach do you use when counseling students?
Okay. So most likely, for the students, I think one of my used counseling therapy, right?
Theory.
Or
Yes.
therapy. I think it is the cognitive behavioral therapy, since the students are most likely, conditioned by their parents to achieve something, and it's really hard for them to, if they already failed with that task, but it's hard for them to go on or to think positive things. So especially nowadays, students are like in the generation Z, so they're more likely exposed to social media, like over information, and which is not applicable for their Kuanba ages. So they are most likely pressured by the society, social media, and so also with their parents. So I think for them it's easier to achieve the success, or like it's okay, or like it's, what do you call that, success for them is kanang ganhan sila nga ditso bitaw dahil sa success without undergoing the process. So yeah, they're most likely unmotivated dayon. So if dili nila makuha tong nga success dayon, so dili na sila mo try na ba. So mo na siya nga cognitive behavioral therapy, because as much as possible we can hinahinay o like follow up ang student, o to think or to shift his kaning thinking, negative thinking into positive thinking. Kay what we always kanang thought bitaw is murag mao gyud siya ang mo act upon, like for example, if kintahay gaw na natag negative, more negative, so kabantay mo if kita sa mura tag ato ang lawas is ma-weaken, or ato physical is kana masakit ta ngana. So if negative imong thinking, murag the whole, so for the day negative imong thinking, so the whole day na jud po ka murag na daghang mga lapses or negative things nga mahitabo sa imo. So mo na siya.
So, that's all for our interview. Thank you, Ma'am
Thank
Pangato.
you so much, what's your name?
Samantha.
Samantha. Thank you,
Thank you for
Samantha.
sharing your experiences and background in counseling, especially in senior high school student of Holy Name University.
Okay, you're always welcome.
Thank you for joining us in this enlightening journey to the world of high school guidance counseling. We hope you've gained valuable insights into the crucial role counselors play in shaping the lives of students. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to Ms. Pumatong, who generously shared her time, expertise, and experiences with us. To everyone We encourage you to continue supporting and advocating for the importance of counseling services in schools. Together, let's strive to create nurturing environments where every student can thrive and reach their full potential. Until next time, stay curious, stay compassionate, and keep exploring the endless possibilities of education and human connection.